Friends, I'd like to give you an update on how I'm doing. So many of you have been writing me or trying to reach me and ask, is there anything new? So to give you an update, I want to say on October 11th, I was in an automobile accident, a rollover accident. On October the 12th, I was in the hospital beginning a series of operations. I broke my neck. All vertebrates in the neck, C1 through 7, have been fused. The most I'm able to move my head is a little bit to the right or to the left, and I can go up and down a bit. And I also mangled my hand in the accident. They had to rebuild the entire hand, and my family was told that I would likely lose it. And thankfully the surgeon, both of them, the neck surgeon, the hand surgeon, were so good that they saved the hand and they kept me alive by fusing the neck. On a positive note regarding the neck, as a person of faith, I know that the Bible has a lot of references that I like to look at, and I found that because I am now a person who can have limited motion with the neck, that I'm actually referred to in the Bible 40 times. Yeah, 40 times it says stiff-necked people. So there you go. I have to look at something positive. In addition to the hand, in addition to the neck, I severely damaged arteries and veins in my neck. And the decision was made by the doctor that let us not operate now because that could be problematic. Let us see if they repair themselves. Just this week, I had a CAT scan of my head and neck, and it indicated that there has been no improvement in the arteries and the veins. So consequently, I don't know what to do. I am meeting with another specialist to get a recommendation on how to handle the damaged arteries that are in my neck. And I am happy to announce that there was thought that I would have to have another operation or a skin graft on my hand, but the skin is healing so well on my hand that I will not require a graft. So that's all very, very good. So the prognosis is good. I've moved back to my place in Mexico simply because I needed a place to be and I was unable to find anything in San Diego. I continue to get physical therapy and make trips to San Diego Monday and Friday to get physical therapy and see doctors in San Diego. And I have found a physical therapist down here in Mexico who I think is amazing, absolutely terrific. One of the problems I had was not being able to lift my right arm, and now I can lift it much higher than I could before. Still not there yet, but it's headed in the right direction. So all in all, medically, I'm doing better, and I'm looking for a positive future. I'm told that it would be about 18 months until I hit my new normal, whatever that is, with the hand and the neck and everything else that was wrong. So I want to say again, thank you to all of you who have reached out, who have extended prayers, who have done things for me in an effort to encourage me along. I've never mentioned in past updates names. I'm going to mention a couple names today, and if I don't mention your name, it's not because you weren't important to me. It's just, I'm just going to mention a couple, so please bear with me. One is Father Ron Cochran, who was at the hospital in Mexico and negotiated for the ambulances, 2 of them, working with my daughter Haley, to get me out of Mexico and get me into the hospital, UCSD in San Diego. I also want to thank, of course, my family, all of them, specifically Haley, my daughter, and my sister Tracy. In a previous update, I mentioned that Tracy had been at the hospital 2 times. Well, I was told that was wrong. I just wasn't aware of it because I was so looped up on and unconscious most of the time. But she was there most every single day, and I am so blessed for that. I also want to thank a woman who I did not know that well prior to the accident, who was in contact with my family regarding my status and how I was doing. And her name is Deanna. And when she heard that they were going to release me after over 3 weeks in the hospital, and it was either to a nursing home or a private home where I could get access to my treatment and my doctors and everything I needed, she stepped up and made her home available to me for 3 months. Now think about that. 3 months she looked after me and made sure that I was in an environment where I could heal and get better and get the treatment that I needed. So I am so blessed for her efforts. I also want to make mention of all my friends in Mexico, but specifically Ron and Millie, who realized that my car was totaled and gave me a car. And how blessed is that? So thank you very, very much to those people. And again, if I didn't mention you, it's just nothing personal. Please understand. I want to also thank all the churches that sent me prayer blankets and prayers in the mail, all the different gifts that you offered. I got to tell you, the financial gifts are very, very helpful. I almost had a heart attack when I got my first bill from the hospital. It was $817,000, and there have been many of them since. I have to say, thankfully, I'm of an age that I have Medicare, and Medicare paid the vast majority, but that bill was huge, and overall it's been well over $1 million so far. So thank you all for everything you've done for me. We've entered into Lent now, and a lot of people think that Lent is about giving up candy, giving up alcohol. I have a friend who gives up football during Lent, which I always got a kick out of because football season is over during Lent, but nonetheless, he gives it up. But Lent really isn't about giving up, it's about getting back. If you're a person of faith, you're getting back a relationship with God. You should be using Lent to dig deeper in that relationship. If you're a person of faith and you've drifted, it's coming back to what that relationship once was and what that relationship can be. If you're not a person of faith, Lent could be a time for you to start to understand what faith is all about. I have done well through this ordeal, in great part because of you, but also in great part because of my strong faith in God and the fact that I believe there is a God of miracles, a healing God. So faith is very, very important to me. And I encourage you to use this Lent, this time, this 40 days before Easter, as a way to grow in your faith, get reconnected with your faith, come to a greater, better, new, perhaps, understanding of who God is. And as a gift, I want to give you a gift. You've given me so many gifts. This year has been designated as the year of St. Joseph. Back in 2009, the film crew that filmed my performance of Paul that was seen in movie theaters took me out to the desert, took Haley and I to the desert for a week, Holy Week in 2009, and filmed 4 of my characters, St. Joseph, Doubting Thomas, Simon Peter, and Judas. So I am releasing, you'll find a link below this in the information below. My gift to you is that performance of St. Joseph from the desert. I only saw it a couple days ago. It's been 13 years, 12 years. I saw the film for the first time just a couple of days ago, and I am releasing it free of charge to you as a small token of my gratitude and thanks, and maybe in some small way during this Lent, it will help you reconnect with God. So let me use this update. It may be the last update because I am getting better to again say thank you. My heart is with you. My prayers, my thoughts are with each and every one of you. I am so blessed to know you. And if you can keep praying for my neck, vessels, and arteries, that we figure out what that's all about and come up with a solution to repair those arteries, that would be wonderful. So again, God bless you and thank you for all you've done for me.
Shalom, Adonai Echaim. It means, may the Lord be with you. I am Joseph, son of Jacob. I believe you know my son. He's been a good boy, I trust, yes? Yes, and you know my wife, Miriam. You say Mary. Many people have asked why there is so little written about me in your scripture. I tell them the answer is simple. Your scriptures are not about me. They're about my son, yes? Some have asked why there is not even one word I ever spoke recorded in your scriptures. In fact, some people have said, well, perhaps Joseph was mute. You can hear they were wrong, yes? But one woman said, well, she said, if he is mute, it makes sense, because they called Joseph the perfect husband. Let me tell you, I am perfect at nothing. I do strive for perfect devotion to God, because I was raised that way. I was raised by my father Jacob to serve God in all ways, in all things.